Katie Bear, and today I'm going to be playing Lumber Tycoon, which is a game on Roblox that is personally one of my favourite. I've been playing it for a few days now, and honestly I'm quite obsessed. It's really quite addictive, but basically the whole premise of the game is much like any tycoon. You collect resources so that you can improve your ability to collect resources, which means I chop wood so that I can sell the wood, and then I use the money that I get from selling the wood to upgrade my equipment to make more wood. The difference with this and the other tycoons is there's none of that clicking, and there are some challenging parts to the game. You also get a lot more freedom. So with the wood that you collect, you can start building. As you can see here, I've started building like a little garage that eventually I'll be able to start keeping my bigger truck in. But for today, as I don't really have all day to sit and show you absolutely everything, I thought I would just show you some of the basics. You can run up to any tree in the entire game and use your axe to knock the tree down. Put your axe away, pick the tree up. I mean, usually it falls better than that, but sometimes it doesn't. And then you can take your tree to your sawmill, and you can put some things into your sawmill and watch them go through. When they come out of the other side, they come out as a plank, and then you can take your plank to the wood drop off, and at the wood drop off is where you sell it. But as you can see, unlike other tycoons, you do actually have like a map to explore and things that you can buy, like cars. And then yeah, you take it to the drop off, you pop it in, and once it's disappeared and sold, your money goes up accordingly. So that's the basics. Once you've mastered the basics, which really are very simple, you can then start to buy more interesting things from the shop. So some of the things that you might want to buy are the conveyor belts, like the ones that you saw at my tycoon. You can upgrade your axe, so you've got the very basic axe, which is not very good at all the way up to the silver axe, which is very good, and then some further axes which aren't available from the shop and which I don't have yet. And then you can buy smaller items, things that you can use to build with. These are blueprints, so you use those, and when you've got your blueprints you can access them at any time with this pen looking thing, and you can build things on your tycoon. So that's how I started building that garage that I showed you. Now there's a lot of different types of wood, and the main type of wood that you'll see all around the area is just this normal, I think it's supposed to be oak wood. You can also find this wood, which is it's slightly grayer, and then there are some more rare kinds of wood. The more rare the wood, the more money that you get for selling it. So I'm just going to go and take you to show you where some of the rare wood spawns. And it's not rare as such, it's always there, but it's harder to reach and it takes a while to get it. Once you do get it, it's harder to chop up, and then when you sell it, you will sell it for more money. But all of this wood that I can show you at the moment is always there. There are some trees, like really rare trees, that I've never been to see yet, but that I've heard from the internet and forums and things, that those kinds of trees, you can go to find them and them not be there, but they're worth a lot if they are there. So this first type of wood that I'm going to show you is lava wood, and it's actually quite dangerous to go and find it. That's why I've decided to just use my cheaper truck today, and I dropped my more expensive axe and just brought this one, because sometimes, you know, I am a bit of a noob and I do die. Oh, I almost did then. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to do very well here, and I think I'm going to just leave, regenerate my health and come back. But they've obviously added some fairly interesting music to the volcano now. So it is quite annoying when you first go into the volcano that if someone has been fairly recently, these balls can just kind of be lingering around there and be really difficult to get past. Whereas in reality they're supposed to be constantly moving and dropping into the lava like the other ones are there that you can see. And then the whole thing is a bit of an obstacle course. You have to go all the way up to the top of the volcano whilst these balls are rolling down, and obviously you can get hit by them and survive, but you can also get hit by them and get knocked off and die. So yeah, it's not the most straightforward way to get wood or money in the game, but it is one of the better value woods. So I'm going to give it another shot now. Right, okay. I think I'm going to get through at least, but whether I get up on time, because as you can see my health is dropping up in the corner, and balls are going to keep on rolling down, trying to kill me on the way. Yeah, this is bad. Okay, let's just get around. So they come tumbling down, and I don't think necessarily that they're perfect the way that they've done it. But I am up and I am safe at this point as long as I don't do anything crazy and fly off the edge. And here I am at the top of the volcano now. So I took a lot of damage, which means I would have to be careful under normal circumstances. And this is lava wood. So with the lava wood, generally, because you have to do the obstacle course and get all around, you don't want to be bringing up any trailers, and you like to bring up your fairly rubbish axes, fairly rubbish car, assuming that you're a noob like me anyway. If you can do it perfectly every single time, then you wouldn't bother with all those things. So generally when you're up here, you don't want to bother hacking all of the wood up. You want to try and get the wood and throw it over the edge, basically, so that it's at the bottom and you can go back and collect it in a more safe environment. So that's what I'm going to do now, just to show you what I mean. You would grab the wood and then throw it off the edge of the cliff, and then down there is where you enter the volcano. So that's where you would go to farm it. Now there is a small risk here that, as the noob that I've admitted to being, I could have got thrown off with it, because the physics does sometimes work a bit strangely. But there you go, you see it's landed down there, and now all I would have to do is drive back down and chop it up to put in the back of my van. And usually I am more likely to die going down than I am going up, because you obviously the way that gravity works, it kind of pulls you downhill and you go fairly fast, which is quite difficult to maneuver around corners when you're going very fast. But actually that was probably my smoothest ever attempt. I just flew straight down there. So I decided not to chop down the whole of the tree, just because I had to leave my worse axe back at my lot, and I haven't got my trailers anyway, so I don't know how much of it I could bring. But basically normally I would go with this van and 3 trailers, and then I could load up all 3. I'd leave the 3 trailers down at the bottom of the volcano while I went up and did the obstacle course, and then I would put my preferred axe in one of the trailers so that it would be down there when I got there. Whereas today obviously I just kind of on a whim went up there and didn't really think about it properly. So it's fine. I've already got a lot of lava wood on my lot, as you can see, which still needs to be sorted. So I'll drop off this wood, and then I'm going to take you to see the other types of wood that you can get. So first you have to cross the bridge by speaking to the guy, and it costs money every time you want to cross the bridge. It's 100 both ways. So although that's quite annoying, because 200 at first is quite a lot, once you've started to get the good wood regularly, then 100 is really not very much at all. Once the bridge is down, it stays down for 3 minutes. So if you've paid the 100 and you just wanted to cross the bridge to have a quick look around, or to go to one of the shops that are on this side of the bridge, which are over there, then you could probably get back in time and not have to pay it again. But that's not the case if you want to get the wood that I'm about to show you, because you need more time. It takes a lot longer than 3 minutes to get this wood. Now the wood that I'm going to show you, you have to do a bit of work to get it, but it's much more valuable. And I've just realised again that I haven't brought my proper axe with me, which is probably more of a problem here. I'm not sure. Now position, we chop down this tree first and foremost, and then this is another place where I'm going to end up looking like a fool, because I can't do this for the life of me. But you grab hold and you pick up the tree and you throw it at that wall, basically, to make a ladder. And just for the purpose of this video, I'm probably going to skip this part. And I'll probably skip all of this whilst I'm editing the video, because I know it's going to take me quite some time if I'm anything like usual. That said, if I just happen to randomly do it, I just randomly did it, so it didn't take me that long at all. I was going to say, if I just randomly did it really quickly and I had to edit it out because I said I was going to, that would be a problem. I wouldn't be able to say, I did it, but I did it very, very easily and successfully. So yeah, you wedge the tree up against that wall so that you can climb up to here. Now the problem with this whole system is, so first and foremost, the problem is that this run here is quite long. So as well as the drive, the chopping of the tree, the position in it, you then have a run all the way to the trees. And once you get to the trees, you don't have your vehicle with you, so you can only transport one tree at a time. So you can go, you can chop a tree, you can carry that tree back to your car, but then you have to do this run all over again. So even if you brought all of your trailers and your biggest truck, you would still end up spending a long time if you wanted to make anything meaningful from this wood here. So this is the area now that we're coming up to, where you can see zombie wood and gold wood. Now I don't necessarily know what zombie wood is, so they're kind of interesting looking trees. Obviously the zombie wood is green and it kind of falls over, and the gold wood it looks a bit just like oak, but if you chop it, the middle is a bit different, which I'll show you now. Although as I've brought my weaker axe, it will take a bit longer. Okay, so the inside of goldwood, as you can see, is more of a goldy wooden colour than the oak wood, which looks kind of similar from the outside, but not from the inside. And over here, the zombie wood on the inside is that colour. Generally, I'm just showing you this because the inside of the wood is generally what the planks will look like. So as you can see, another thing to notice is that these trees aren't particularly big and they don't have that many branches. So having to do that run over and over again, in this case basically for that much wood, it's really over the top, and it's just not worth it at all. As well as that, obviously running with wood can sometimes be a bit awkward if it's not the correct shape or weight, and so you just keep on crashing it into the ground or dropping it. Right now it's fine because this is an easy piece of wood to carry, but if it had extra branches sticking out of it, I couldn't carry multiple branches at the same time unless they were attached. For the first day or two that I was playing, I assumed that it was just the wood that you could see around your own personal lot area. I didn't realise that if you crossed the bridge you would find different types of wood, and I didn't realise that there was even a volcano, let alone that there were special kinds of trees on top of it. It was only once I saw people in chat saying things like, you won't earn very much money if you don't get lava wood, and things like that, that I started to look it up. So now I know these things, I thought I'll just share them, and if you decided you wanted to try Lumber Tycoon, which is really fun, honestly. I mean, especially as far as Tycoon games go, it's really something else. It's very different. If you wanted to play Lumber Tycoon, I would definitely recommend it. It's one of the most fun games I've played on Roblox so far. And the only thing that you do have to know about Lumber Tycoon right now is there are a lot of scammers around, which is always quite strange to see because it takes a lot of time and effort to scam someone. And as far as this game goes, it's all just for game items. You don't get anything in real life for the scam. So, but yeah, they are about, and they do steal. But thanks for watching me today, guys. And if this is the first video you've seen by me, then please do consider checking out some other videos on my channel. It would really mean a lot to me. And I'm sure that I'll be back in Lumber Tycoon soon because it is one of my favourite games right now. But until then, bye!